Hi, everybody. Good morning. It is bright and early in the morning. It's about 9 a.m. here in Washington State. And I have a lot of new changes to my plants. The last plant tour I did, I think I had like 7 less plants. And also, there's a lot of new growth on some of the plants that have become comfortable in their new home, and they look absolutely fabulous. I also have a sad death in the family, and I don't know what's going on with this plant. The other one's doing fine, so I'm really confused as to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get that plant. It's called a coleus. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him. I'm gonna go get the first one. This is the first one. And as you can see, he looks fine. This one is all nice and perked up. He looks like he's doing fabulous, actually. This one's been on the windowsill. And I've had this one longer than I've had the one that's doing badly. The one that's doing badly, unfortunately, let's go get him. He's right here. And I'm going to turn this around so you can look at just the plant instead of me and the plant. It looks just terrible. I have no idea what happened. I came home from work and found his partner down here dead like that. And the rest of the other plant is damn near close to dying itself. I did check its root system, and it looked okay. So I'm not really sure. I don't really want to throw him out just yet. I guess I'm just going to leave him and hope he turns out all right, I guess. I am really sad about it. All right. So now let's start my plant tour of all my plants. That's the one that I don't know what's going on. If anybody has any help on that, that would be fantastic, because I really want that plant to come back to life. I'm pretty bummed about it. All right, on to the next ones. This here is my heartleaf philodendron. He's just beautiful. I love this plant. He's got some new growth coming, as you can see. He's got plenty of new growth coming. And this plant looks really cool. I really like it. It's really common, though. Everybody has one of those. Over here, we have my dumb-cane. And this leaf is new. This one had just come in. It's either that one or this one. But yeah, this plant is also a little newer. Well, actually, it's one of the first few I got. All of my plants, I've recently got into planting and stuff the last month about. So a lot of these plants are only about 2 months old. This was one of the first ones I had gotten, and he's got these cool little sprouts coming out at the bottom and off of these little leaves here and off the top. It's got a lot of new growth. This guy is loving his spot. This here is my neon pothos. The neon pothos is probably one of my favorite pothos. I really like it. I just got this one a week ago. I found him at Walmart for fucking next to nothing. Excuse my mouth, but he seriously was like $2. He was cheap. And of course, my poor side dying coleus, and I'm so bummed about. Ugh, I'm so bummed about. This is the newest member to my plant family. It is my Hoya. I really like this Hoya. I don't regret getting him. I didn't want it at first, only because my room is getting very scarce. I literally have plants everywhere in my home. Maybe at the end of this video I'll show you. My house is totally a mess, but just an example. Here's the living room. I mean, there's a lot of plants literally everywhere. So, yeah, I was running out of room. This one was where the heartleaf philodendron was, and I moved him hanging from the knob in the kitchen. And he's doing all right. I just learned that these, I guess, are succulents. which I did not know that they were succulents. I did not know that at all. But there's my Hoya. He's beautiful. The newest member to my plant family. Okay. Here we have, now they call this a silver pothos. To be honest, I do believe it's a philodendron. There's one way you can tell, and I learned this from a YouTuber, a plant YouTuber called Danielle Tells, and she has great videos along with the Voodoo Garden. I love both those two. But anyways, I really believe that this is actually a philodendron. The one way you can tell is when you look at the new growth, philodendrons don't have a leaf sheath. See how there's nothing there? Let me go get my neon pothos and I'll show you. Okay, so I pick mine off, but originally there'd be like a little bit of a skin there. So the pothos does not have a leaf sheath. Sorry, the philodendron does have a leaf sheath. So the pothos, you won't see any leaf sheaths off any of the leaves. Here's a perfect example of a leaf sheath. That little piece right there. That's a leaf sheath. And philodendrons have it, pothos don't. And this silver pothos has leaf sheaths. So I do believe it is a philodendron. Let's see if I can find one. Here's some new growth right here. And it doesn't have a leaf sheath on it. I try to pick them off. I don't like them on there. I think they're rather ugly. So I can't find one. But they are there. And we have my ivy here. I really like this ivy. I have another variegated kind that's a little more variegated than this one. But I just really like how it's adapting to its location. Look how it's growing around my father's picture frame. It did that all on its own. I really like that one. It's grown a lot since last time we saw him. If you remember, he didn't have any of those little leaves coming out. So that's pretty cool. Here is the neon pothos I got on discount. I got him for like $1, $2 because birds had pecked him to death. And you can see new growth coming. Yay! So because that new growth is coming, I'll probably take this off as a cutting and plant it in there. And make it a little more fuller. But that's pretty exciting. My variegated rubber tree. This one is actually one of my favorites. I really like the rubber tree. Sadly, I'm kind of worried about it. It looks really healthy, but my friend has one in her house and its leaves are all droopy and falling down and she can't figure out what's wrong with it, almost like my poor coleus. So I am kind of worried about it. I really hope that doesn't happen to mine. We got them from the same place. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen to mine. But I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm really happy with it. Up here, we have what I thought was a wandering Jew. I'm not a plant expert, but I do believe, getting it home and looking at it, I had these probably a little less than a week. They look more like begonias, like an angel leaf or angel wing begonia. I know that's not what it is, but that's just what it looks like. It could be part of that family. And it's got some new growth coming. Right there at the end, and on this one, right there, right there. So that's pretty exciting. And we have my cactus and my succulents. I'm about to pick these flowers off the top. My friend said she picked her straw flowers off, and her cactus is growing like little flowery buds on top. So that would be so cool. So yeah, I kind of want to pick those fake flowers off. The little succulents it's planted with, the little ones that are growing tall, they are growing great. They didn't used to be as tall as the cactus, but they are damn near as tall as the cactus now. The other little ones that are in there as well are doing good. They didn't get the best start because I put them with my dragon tree. It was 2 totally different cares, so they got kind of a rough start, but I moved them into their own arrangement with this cactus, and they're doing actually pretty great. Here's my string of bananas and string of pearls. I saw this in another one of Danielle Tells videos, and I fell in love with them. I really like them. The string of bananas is growing crazy fast. Then we have my crotons. Let me pause and get to the other. These are my Protons. He's also kind of a little newer. Not crazy new, I'd say. He's newer since my last video. So are these. I didn't have these last video. And here's the little crew. I thought this was a gold dust Dracula or something like that. To find out, he's just a different species of Croton. And if you can see in there, he's got new leaves coming in. It's pretty exciting. And this guy's still adapting to his home. So he'll grow. Probably in a couple weeks, he'll start to grow. This Aurelia, it is growing like a weed. I don't know if you can see all that new growth in there, but it is growing like a weed. It is amazing. It's growing very, very well. Next to it, I have my goldfish plant. I don't think he's doing very well, to be honest. His flowers came off since last time we saw him. And there was like some of the little new growth leaves turned black. And I took them off. So we'll see. He's not doing as bad as my Coleus, so that's good. My Ethereum. I got this one also on discount. It was not doing very well at all. It was halfway out of its pot. It had a rotting stem on my last video. It still had it. I had cut it off probably a couple days ago. But weird. There's a couple leaves like this that are really weak. They're a lighter green than the others. Like this one is the first one I noticed. But I thought it was just because it had this like bite taken out of it. But this leaf here is a full has no like gashes in or anything, but it just feels so different compared to like this leaf. So I don't know if maybe I overwatered it and that's why. Also it has weird bumps on its leaves. This one doesn't have it. I can find one. This leaf, here we go. This is a perfect example. If you look at it, see all those weird bumps on it? I have no idea what they are. I don't even know what these little holes are, and I don't have any insects. So I don't even know what those are. This plant has been isolated from the other plants because I have no idea what it is. But it was fairly sick when I got it. So I don't want it to get the others sick if that's the case. It's not dead yet, so I don't want to throw it away. Alright. Here's my cyclamen or something like that. I can't really say it. It's actually an outdoor flower, but you can grow them as indoor flowers as well. I'm growing them as an indoor flower, obviously. I don't have any flowers, so I got these because they're pretty cool. They're like inside out. It's pretty dope. So there's that one. And in front of him, oh, it's time to take that guy out. And behind him, I have my all-time favorite, the Ming Aurelia. This guy is getting so big. And just so beautiful. Like, he seriously is just growing like crazy. There's a new little branch in there. This guy was the new branch last time we saw you. He was all sticking up awkward like alfalfa last time we saw you. And now it's all... Look at my beautiful Hemi. Alright. And then we have the Schefflera. I actually really like this plant. A lot of people say it's boring, but I really like him. He's pretty cool. In front of him is my begonia, my Rex begonia. He's growing pretty good. Look at all these. I got a new leaf here. That looks like it kind of grew weird. All these new leaves down here. I don't know why he's got holes. I'll have to look back closer later, but yeah, he's got a bunch of new little leaves back here. that are coming up. So yeah, I really like this one too. I really like its colors. Its home was on the microwave, but it looked really good in the sun, so I moved it. My Amazon elephant ear. I wanted one of these so bad, and I had finally found one at Home Depot, and I got it, and I don't regret getting it at all. It's an amazing plant. It looks even better in person. I can't describe how beautiful this plant is. It's just amazing. It really is. My philodendron here, I had no idea what this was for the longest time, and I finally found out that it was a philodendron. This leaf and this leaf are both brand new. He's kind of the ones that started it all. Started my plant obsession. Behind him there is Purple Passion. It's also a pretty cool plant. This here is my Lucky Bamboo, or known as a ribbon plant. I had just picked this one up because I felt sorry for it. It was at a grocery store, and it was so dry. All the plants there were so dry, and I felt like I needed to give him a new lease on life. So I brought him home. He's still moderately new, so he's probably not going to get any new growth till he gets comfortable. Here's my dragon tree. And it was one of the first ones I got also. And it wasn't happy, and literally almost every place I put it, it kept getting brown tips on it and kind of droopy leaves. But I moved him to the bathroom, and he is loving it here. He is flourishing. All of his tips look nice and green. His leaves are perky the way they should be, and he is loving it in the bathroom. There is my dragon tree. Okay, these plants are under the light where the coleus was that died, unfortunately, or is dying. Here is a pita or pila, something like that. And he started off really small. I accidentally dropped him on his head when I was making one of these videos, and a couple of his leaves were loose, but he healed them pretty fast, and he's looking pretty good now. This I thought was a snake plant for the longest time, and I found out it is not a snake plant. What it is, I don't know, but I really like it. It looks kind of boring, but I honestly like him. I don't know what happened to his ends. If you watched my other videos, I explained that I picked him up like that without the ends on there. I thought they'd grow back, but I guess not. They have not grown back. But the new ones that have come in are coming in pretty healthy, and this plant is pretty healthy and happy. This is a little cutting off my aluminum plant out from the kitchen. When I repotted him, this little guy came apart from the rest of the plant, so I had kept him separate. Here's the other ivy I was talking about. I really like this one. I found this one first, then the other one. The original plan was to pot them together. I thought they look really good together, but I don't want to pot both of them as whole plants together because I still kind of like them separate. So after it gets a little more comfortable, which it's pretty comfortable now, it's starting new growth and everything, so it's gotten pretty accustomed to its new home. So now maybe later in spring, it is only May, or April, I mean, the end of April. Maybe I will take a little bit of cuttings, or a cutting from this one and a cutting from the other one and pot them together, and I think it'd look pretty cool. And this one, I do not know what this is. I bought it thinking it was a pothos, because look at the growth. It's growing kind of like a pothos, but I don't think it is a pothos. I don't know what it is. If you guys know, you can totally comment down below and let me know. I think this is one of the newer ones that wasn't in the last video. Alright, I only have a couple more, guys. Just hang on.